This episode of the Natural Habitat Podcast is brought to you by our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube. Go there and check out all of our episodes. All new episodes are being released in video format on YouTube.
That's right. We are recording it.
You can go there right now and see Chris sanitizing his hands.
Whoop, whoop.
Getting them nice and clean for the podcast.
Always got to make sure they're clean, dog.
For all the time.
Always.
Now, we're going to get into that in a second, but first, I want to let the people know that you need to go subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, share, do all the things that people do on YouTube, and let us know that you're there.
Yeah, man. Hey, we like to see that feedback, so if it's good, bad, tell us to fuck off. You like it, whatever, just fucking comment.
Yep. I also like to see that back feed, which is, old Twitter posts from celebrities. Like that back feed. Feedback and back feed are our two favorite things here. So go there, subscribe, check it out. We're here. I got DatKilla Chris in the house.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
We are getting lit. And
smoking on the doja.
This marks episode 373.
Yeah, I think that's sounds correct. I don't know.
Of the Natural Habitat Podcast. Let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I thought it was warm in here before. And I thought they smelled bad. On the outside.
Man, that was like a fucking power.
You didn't even... That was a reference that just went into the ether.
Went into the ether.
Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast, everybody. My name is Mikey Boohyah.
And I'm DatKilla Chris.
And we are here for another exciting episode, broadcasting live from California.
Yeah.
Straight onto YouTube, you can see this episode.
Yeah.
You can see the side profile style of our ugly-ass faces. Just the right side of mine. That's it. It's my good side, is what they say. I think it's my bad side, actually, now that I think about it. Might need to rearrange this whole room.
Maybe. Hey.
Let's talk about germs. Let's talk about
Oh yeah, go ahead and just bring it up, Mikey. Huh?
Let's talk about this bottle of Purell hand sanitizer that you have with you. Is that the brand or is it off brand?
No, it is Signature Care Advanced Hand Sanitizer with Aloe.
First of all, let's say I'm going to put it out on the table, a brand I've never heard of, Signature Care.
I got it at...
That's fine. Next,
Food for Less or some shit.
I didn't know.
I think Food for Less. Yeah,
I didn't know that you had such a high level of germophobia.
Yeah, I just my hands have to be clean at all times. Like if I feel like my hands are sticky or like any kind of like dirt, I just either hand sanitize or wash them. Mm-hmm. So I end up washing my hands like 30 times a fucking day.
Mm-hmm. And that's good. It's good. Good to keep your hands clean.
It's always good to keep your hands clean, but sometimes it's overboard when I just like I can wash my hands and then like fucking open the door handle or fucking do something and have to go wash my hands again. Yeah, just because I feel like they're dirty.
See, that'll happen to me a lot, like especially when I touch money.
Yeah.
Or
definitely after you fucking handle money or like I do scratches or anything like that, I'm fucking sanitizing my hands.
Or like when I have to touch something after someone that's visibly disgusting. Like if there's someone that looks gross, whether they're gross or not,
man, I won't even touch it.
Yeah, like if they swing the door open and you try your best to like catch it up at the top where
I'll do my foot.
You do the.
I'll set the foot. I'll fall. I'll fall catching that door.
Or do you look at things sometimes and like say if you're leaving a bathroom?
Yeah, I kick the door open.
Do you say it's a swing-in door, or say a situation like this? Do you ever look at things and kind of scan it for the point of least contact?
I will grab a napkin.
Yeah, I do that too. I'll grab like a paper towel.
Yeah,
and use
when I'm done drying my hands, I'll fucking use the paper towel to open the door. And like hold the door open with my foot and then throw the fucking paper towel in the trash.
I do that. I do that move too, especially if you just washed your hands. What's the point of touching some nasty shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, but I see time and time again where people will wash their fucking hands and then they'll go and fucking open the fucking door.
And they'll go full palm and not even with a finger.
They'll open the door and then they'll fucking like say like someone that say it's like a fucking multiple bathroom stall. They'll hold the door open for the next person.
Yeah.
So now they're just touching the door that the dude opened when he was like scratching his ass or balls and then walks in the bathroom. Now they're just touching that part and going to eat. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. And they're all shaking everybody's hands and high-fiving people.
They don't understand like the purpose of washing your hands that you just did is fucking useless now because you just touched a million fucking germs.
Yeah.
Some shit, piss, balls, ass, like whatever the fuck, you know?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I get the same way, but like not to an extent to where I have like hand sanitizer and shit. But I definitely wash my hands a lot throughout the day.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also got a kid too, so it's like, if I'm out in the park or if we're out somewhere, like I can't wash his hands or whatever, I'll just hand sanitize it. It's the best thing. So I mean, I also do that, but like it's just like I always have to like keep my hands clean. I have like I always like smell them and shit, just make sure they smell nice and clean. Fucking
yeah.
You know?
Plus, I think that we grew up in a time where like Joe Namath would teach us that you could catch VD like off of anything. Like you could catch it off a doorknob and a toilet seat.
80s baby, son.
Yeah, and there was all these informational like things about STDs.
Yep, son, toilet seats, all that shit. Yeah. I remember like as a kid, I would put like fucking if there wasn't no toilet seat covers, I put like 5 layers of toilet paper on all 4 sides, like fucking do a little square and then fucking sit down. Like, and if any part of my ass cheek like touched the fucking seat, I'd get up real quick, like, oh fuck, man. Like,
I try my hardest not to do any sit down toileting. Outside of my house.
I hate shitting in public. I will hold it. I will hold it until I can't fucking hold it no more until I go home.
This is why I have a job, is so I can afford to have a place that I can lock myself into, take private shits, and hide from my friends. You know what I mean? Like that's how it goes.
Yeah, and like when I went to Disneyland fucking couple weeks ago, I did not take a shit at all.
Yeah,
at all. And we were there from fucking open to close. And like 12 hours, I just like held it. I was like, fuck, man. And then like we left during the fucking, I would say like 10 hours into it. We left back to the hotel, like fucking kicked back for a little bit. I took my fucking shit, went back to Disneyland. Like,
hell yeah.
I ain't shitting in that fucking place. Like,
hell no.
That's like a fucking, just going in the bathroom, I'm like, oh man, like I don't even want to touch nothing.
No way.
And I'm so glad they had the fucking like, the faucets where you just put your hands on it and had the sensors where it just pours the water. There's no fucking like knobs or nothing. Fucking same as the paper towel dispenser, no doors. So it's like, I was cool.
Yeah, but still, unless you have a toilet that I could float over while I poop, then it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I have to be comfortable in my own home pooping. I can't poop in public.
And then I found out recently I've been tripping out because we recently got a cat. There's a litter box.
Yeah, that's right.
Right there.
And that's why I get my fucking eyes are all itchy.
Yeah, a little studio cat with the itchy eyes. It happens to me too, but
I'm allergic to cats. It's just like a mild.
But I found out about this shit called Toxoplasma.
Fuck is that?
And what it is it's this bacteria that lives and breeds inside of a cat's stomach. So
it's crazy.
So the only place that this bacteria can like repopulate is inside of a cat's stomach. So what they've done is they release themselves in the feces of the cat.
Yeah.
So if our new cat does have Toxoplasma, then it is in that litter box in its feces.
And we're just breathing it?
Well, like it doesn't matter if you breathe it, but what it is that mice and rats will eat it, and it makes it to where the smell of it is like appealing to the mice and the rats. They go and they eat it. It gets inside of them.
It just like attracts them like sharks to blood.
And then trip out on this. It fucking rewires the mouse's brain to where it's sexually attracted to the smell of cat piss.
Get the fuck out of here.
So mice, which are innate,
start humping shit. Like
they have an innate fear of cats, right? Like for generations, they're afraid of cats.
Yeah, it's like their predator.
Yeah, it's like their bad guy.
It's like they're just born knowing that those fucking cats are predators.
Exactly, and it somehow takes away these generations and generations of. You need an ashtray?
Yeah, I need an ashtray.
It takes away these generations of fear and like instinct that's put inside. Careful, there's resin on that.
And now they just want to fuck the cat boxes and shit.
So now when they see a cat or smell the piss, they go and they approach it because they're attracted to it. The cat eats the mouse and it gets the toxoplasm back inside of the cat's stomach so it can reproduce again.
Damn, so it's just like a cycle that's meant to happen.
Now this shit can get inside. It can get inside of humans.
And what happens?
It's in the form of a brain worm. Okay, so it's a fucking worm
So
that rolls
so
around
that
in your
shit
brain.
Gives you a brain worm?
It sure does.
What the fuck?
And
what kind of deal is that?
it's not deadly or anything, but what it does do is
it just lies dormant or whatever.
it makes you take more risks, and it makes you more impulsive. So people like like Travis Pastrana, the
Nah.
crazy you ever seen Nitro Circus?
Nah.
Well, there's this dude Travis Pastrana. He did like some crazy like double backflip on a motorcycle, dives out of fucking planes with no parachutes on, and all
like
kinds
the
of crazy
fucking
shit.
extreme ventures.
Yeah,
type
these kind of like
motherfuckers.
thrill seeker dudes.
Yeah.
Like they possibly could have toxoplasm in their brains
I wonder if they're cat people.
because they live that lifestyle. At some point they stayed at their aunt's house and fucking.
Yeah, they probably grew up with an aunt or grandma or whatever that had a fucking
And I'm not-
3 or 4 cats and fucking indoors, of course.
God, did you have one of those growing up?
No, my grandma did not have cats. She did have cats, but they were outside,
My grandma had like 18 cats at once.
She had
dude.
like chickens and shit.
It was insane.
I grew up with my grandma had chickens and fucking. She had a horse at one time and like she grew squash and shit like that and like different kind of shit.
Yeah.
She always like made pies every day and fucking was like super
That old school grandma.
super old school. Like fucking would take a fucking wooden paddle or fucking something to your asshole and dirty your ass and just beat the fuck out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like she will not put up with shit. I got my ass whipped many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That kind of responsible figure is good in your life.
Oh yeah,
you know?
You always need that kind of structure,
Yeah,
But
to an extent.
yeah, it was cool because every night I know there'd be like a different kind of pie after dinner. I'd be like, yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah. I'm just sitting there after dinner, like, so what we got for dessert tonight, Grandma? She's like, we got some cherry or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, she making some crazy shit. Like
My grandma was like the same way, only she had hella cats. And so many fucking cats in her house and so much cat hair everywhere. And she would just take in all the neighborhood cats all the time. She was definitely a cat lady. But I remember she would like spoil the shit out of me. And like every time I went over there.
I'm dying, Mikey.
You'll be all right. You'll be okay. I'd always get hooked up. I remember I would bring like my Super Nintendo over. And her thing was that she would make me 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese.
That's right.
I can't even eat a whole box now.
just
But
fucking
as this
smack
child, some
smacking
12-year-old
down.
fat kid, 2 boxes, boom, put them in this big giant bowl, like a big mixing bowl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a big ass spoon, and then
Hey, I do that shit with cereal
and
sometimes.
then she'd fucking lace me up, and I would just be chilling in like the guest room. You know, the guest room with like the crazy like floral and like
Plastic on the-
flowers and everything everywhere.
Yep. It has a candy bowl and the fucking plastic on the fucking couch.
And you're like, all right, I got a tube TV, and I'm just
Yep.
gonna sit right here in the corner in this
Hey.
wicker chair.
I remember when I was a kid, my grandma would for lunch she would make me SpaghettiOs, and I would watch fucking Thomas the Train and shit. Like when I was a little ass kid, like that's one like memory I always have from my childhood. Like I used to be at my grandma's house, like watching fucking Thomas the Train, and she would always make SpaghettiOs. Like that was my shit. I love SpaghettiOs, So like as a kid, every day it was like routine. Fucking 12 o'clock comes, I'm on the couch grubbing, fucking smacking down some SpaghettiOs, watching fucking cartoons.
Hell
It was
yeah.
the shit, man.
What's up, man? Better times.
Fucking good times.
Better times chilling at grandma's house.
Right?
So, that reminded me of something.
Puffing on the weed.
Talk about grandmas.
No, it's zero.
I remember. All right, I got a story. I got a story about grandma. One time I was maybe like 14.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and I had just started getting into the old Insane Clown posses,
Right.
and I had like some artwork for something that I had traced. You know how you would put like a piece of paper over some shit traced
Or
through
like
it?
a comic or a CD case or some shit.
Yeah, it was like some pendulum type, like
Yeah,
wicked
yeah.
shit. I like had traced that, and then I had written out the booklet of the Amazing Jekyll Brothers.
Oh, snap.
Like when they talk about them like coming to town
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that shit.
Oh, damn.
I had like written it all
That's
out.
a rough one, too.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All about ripping souls apart and shit. So I like had written this out and drew this thing, and I was just a kid, you know what I mean? Whatever, like imitating the things that I was into.
Yeah.
So my grandma found this, right? I go home because I would go to my grandma's house, and my mom would work for like a couple more hours. So
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
just kind of
pick you
hang
up
out
and
at my
shit at
grandma's,
night.
hang out with like the neighbors and shit.
Yeah.
So I go to my grandma's house, drop off my shit. I'm going over to my homie's house. Go over there, come back, and my grandma's like pissed. And I'm like, what's going on? So
You're
she
like,
found.
fuck. You already know.
This,
Like when you walk in and you see that look, you're just like, oh my God.
It's the same look you get from your girlfriend.
Please don't let the
when you
paddle
walk
come
in
out.
and your girlfriend's sitting there and there's no TV on or anything.
It's just silent.
And she's just looking at you and you're just like, oh no.
You're
She's
like,
got her phone out.
You try to like turn around like, oh, I forgot something. Nope. Get the
too
fuck
late.
in here.
You're like, wrong house.
Like, oh snap, I don't live here. You're just like in the back of your mind, like, please don't let that wooden paddle come out, motherfucker. God damn it.
So I see her all mad, and she had found this paper with absolutely no context whatsoever. She had no idea what ICP was, no idea that it was music, and that this was someone else's creation. That I had copied.
She thought it was your own
She
shit.
thought I made this at like 13, 14 years old,
Damn.
right? So she like puts me down on the couch, like sets me down, and I'm like, what's going on? And like she fucking pulls out the thing and shows it to me, and she starts like yelling, but she's not yelling at me. God, I shouldn't even tell this story because, like, if anyone in my family hears it, they're going to be mad. So she's not even, like, yelling at me, all right? She's yelling at this demon that is inside of her grandson. That is
snap.
Okay,
she was,
so
like, yelling in you.
My grandma's very religious. And
Yeah.
she's, like, hardcore Christian.
Okay.
Makes things for the church all the time. She's the sweetest
super
fucking
involved
lady.
in church.
I love my grandma more than anything.
Just super
Yeah,
but involved in the church. Like,
Really, really involved in the church.
Yeah,
And she, like... She saw this, and the first thing she went to was demon, demonic.
trying to, like, exercise you and shit.
She was like, I know my sweet grandson. He couldn't have made this up himself, which I didn't. And she was like, he must have gotten this from a demon because those are real and those exist to me, right? So she starts trying to exorcise this demon out of me.
Is she like doing the whole fucking cross thing and like
it got intense, dude.
Damn,
like,
bro.
And she's shaking me and fucking.
Well, like, what was your reaction at that time?
I was in shock. I think that I
Did
was
you just like stand there and like
I think I was just like wide-eyed.
get shook and shit? Like,
For some reason, I didn't tell her where I got it from. I didn't tell her that it was another thing. I wasn't like, oh, I wrote that out of a CD booklet. Like, I was just like, just in fear. You know what I mean?
That would be so crazy to go through. I'd be like, I would like, I don't even know what I would do
It was insane.
because it's like they're not just like getting yelled at; they're like yelling into your soul and like shaking you and like fucking just doing the whole like Exorcist movie shit. Like, and I just be like,
And I want to say that there was I want to say that there was like a knife involved at one point, and that and here's the strangest thing out of all of it, as if this story isn't fucking weird enough. I don't remember how it ended. I don't remember if I left. I want to say that I left, that I was like, you crazy, and like fucking went over next door to my homie's house again, and we like got high or some shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I left or if I stayed or like how the end of that happened. Like
I have like a couple things where like I only remember pieces of it. Like I can't remember either like the middle or the end or like something I'll like remember like from like my past, and then like I won't remember all of it. Like
and
there's a couple times.
You know what that is?
No.
I don't want to get this on too much of a dark term, but that's trauma. When traumatic things happen,
Oh yeah.
you block out that part of your life, and you end up blocking out all these other things that weren't traumatic, that were just normal days, but you just kind of take that memory out and put it behind some wall.
Yeah. No,
So,
I feel you on that because
I have a lot of
Iraq
that.
and shit. So
Because, you know, the Cubs lost the series when I was a kid, so it's like really tough for me.
what the fuck? Are you serious?
No.
I was about to be like, what the fuck? Like,
No, man, I had a fucked up life too. Come on, man.
no, I know, but I thought you were just.
The Cubs lost the
I know,
series,
but I
man.
thought like you were just saying like 1 year, like the
Like
Cubs lost, and you just like lost it,
like that was like that was a pivotal part of my childhood. The
like
Cubs lost the
that
series.
just made you go right.
Yeah, it was over right then. That was a boom. That
You
was
just
done.
made a fucking like boom sharp right. And you're like fuck it, and you just went down another path. Like that
fucking-
just changed your whole life.
Yeah, it does, man. It's crazy. Baseball, it's America's pastime is what it is. America's pastime.
I bet on one football game in my life.
Really?
That was when Green Bay played Dallas in the Super Bowl back in like the early 90s.
Yeah.
Like that, I bet on $100 on that game, and I fucking lost because I bet on Green Bay.
And you were like, never again.
I never bet on fucking games after that ever.
Yeah?
Because of that. Yeah.
Crazy. See, I never, sports betting is like crazy to me.
Yeah, I won't get into it, bro. I can't.
Especially when you like, did you just call me girl?
No, I said, bro.
I won't get into it, girl. I thought that's what you
No.
said.
What the
I
fuck?
was like, hey, man, what the hell are you doing over
No.
here? I don't really watch sports
Hey,
to
girl.
begin with. I don't get into it, girl. We're gonna play back the audio.
No,
We'll see.
I didn't say that.
I don't really watch sports at all.
I said it all.
So I can't follow it.
Yeah.
And
See, I don't
then-
have cable and shit. I have Hulu and Netflix.
And then people like bet on the spread, and it has to be like within a certain amount of points.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
shit.
sure how that works. Like what the fuck the spread is, or
Yeah.
like what the points are, and like
I don't know.
I just don't know. Fucking,
I don't know either.
I'll go in there and lose all my money and be pissed off.
So
I'll just walk out mad, probably sock somebody. And
I'm just
shit.
throwing money in a well at a certain point. Like I just don't even understand. I'm like, here you
Yeah.
go, just take that.
It's like Peter Griffin walking up to the fucking the racetrack and just like, here, take this money. He's like, what would you like to bet on? Nothing, and just walks away.
I lost it at the racetrack.
Yeah. It's true though, like, cause like I remember when I was a kid, my grandpa would take me to the racetrack, like Santa Anita racetrack and Santa Monica racetrack, and like we would bet on horses, and like that was different because like I understood that like how like the breakdown was and shit. But
horse got to win the race. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. and you can bet on who's gonna come in first, second, and third, and shit like that, and you can put money on each one, and then
bet that a horse will be in top 5 or something.
Exactly,
like that.
some shit like that, and it's like more like if you bet like first place, obviously more odds, shit like that. But like we did that, and like every weekend we went to the racetrack, fucking, and it was dope. But like as is football, basketball, like I wouldn't understand like how a bookie break it down for me, like, all right, this, and this would be $300.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Fuck you just say, bro? Hold on. Back to square one. So if this team wins, like I get this much, or like if this team wins with this amount of points, like what the fuck?
Yeah. It's such the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And fucking people at my work all the time are trying to get me in on like Super Bowl fucking pots and
Fuck
shit.
that.
Buy some squares, and I'm like,
Look,
no.
buy some weed, son.
Yeah. Why would I want to give you my money?
Yeah.
Why would
I just want to say, here, take the money I work for, punk?
That I would fucking win a little bit more
Yeah.
when I could just have money.
Yeah.
I could just have the $20 already.
I can just keep that money for something else.
Yeah, then I already have it. Then I won. I'm a winner. I'm a
I'm
personal
like,
winner.
Hey, how much you got? Oh, you lost 20? I got 20.
Uh-huh. Then you're up ahead more than fucking 99% of the people that were in it.
I'm with you.
I never, ever have been to a horse track in my life.
No?
I've never seen horse racing.
They're really dope.
I thought it was like, I thought it was done by the time I was,
No,
a
it's
kid.
still big in LA. Like, cause I grew up down there, and like, Santa Anita was like the big one we went to.
Yeah.
Sometime with Santa Monica and the other one. But like, I remember we would get there at like 9 o'clock, and it just like the smell of like fresh grass and like horses come by, and like just going inside, like, and having places to bed at the window. We're going to get something to eat, like fucking.
Yeah.
We go and get our seats, and like fucking the announcers talking and shit like that. And it's just the whole feel of it's cool, man. Like nostalgia, kind of just cause like my childhood,
Yeah.
And those are like good times in my life, So it's cool, man. And like I've always thought about like going back and like just betting on like a horse and just going back to the racetrack one time, and just like, because I haven't been in fucking shit.
We should do it, man. I'd be down
Since
to
I
go
was
with
a
you.
little, like, since my grandpa took me.
Because I've never even seen I've never seen a horse track. I've never seen a
Really?
jockey in real life. Like,
Man, it's cool.
These are almost like fictional things.
Dude, have them hitting the gates like, phew, and they're all just, all right, then they're taking off. Number one's going down the road. Hit the one down. They're going around the corner, going. If they come in,
I didn't know you were an announcer.
No, I'm
Is
just
that what
saying.
happened?
But like, I mean, just the whole like, and then like the speaker just loud in your ears, and you're just like on the edge. It's like, all right, man, come on, yeah. And then like when you actually do win, my grandpa won a couple times, and it was just like, dope, man. We go in turning, get some stacks of cash, and like we always fucking bet on more horses and like eat fucking bomb ass food, and like it was dope, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do it. That'd be dope. Because it's almost like a movie thing.
Yeah,
for me.
it's just like fake shit that they set up for movies.
Like I didn't even think it really happened for like a part of me didn't even think it was real.
LA, they have 3 big race like tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I have to go check it out, man.
Super fresh.
Mm-hmm. I remember going to like the raceway, like the Santa Maria Raceway when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And seeing like car racing and shit.
I never seen no car racing.
See, that was dope. And I've seen all kinds of crazy crashes. And I saw a dude break a world record. He did like 10 fucking flips on a ATV.
What?
Like a 4-wheeler. He like was hauling ass, slammed on his brakes, and had like a little roll cage like on his thing.
Yeah.
Slammed on his brakes and pushed all his weight forward and fucking rolled.
Smack. It's just
tumbled.
like,
It was dope. And I was just like, that's cool. He's tumbling around. And then they were like, he just broke the world record.
Going for it, 9,
Broke
10.
the world record
Oh,
by like
shit.
3 flips.
Yeah.
So the previous record was
7.
7 and he did 10. And then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that I got to see that, you know, a bunch of fresh shit like
dope,
that.
Though. Like, I've always wanted to go to like some like just NASCAR race or like some shit like that just to see it. And then like of course like the how they go for 100 yards or whatever, like the like little fucking cars, parachutes and shit. Like I've always wanted to see that too.
Yeah, all the shit will always appeal to us because we're white people. The horse racing, the car racing,
I just want to. It's not. I think it's boring as fuck. Cause like I be in jail and they always put on NASCAR, bro. Always. And I fucking hate it.
Watching NASCAR on TV is garbage.
It's so fucking
I bet
garbage
compared to watching it in real life.
So garbage. I hate it. And they put it on all the fucking time. It's like every day it seems like there's a fucking race going on. And I'm just like, these motherfuckers. For like 3 fucking hours you're just sitting here watching cars go in circles.
And it was so huge when we were growing up. I remember like that was
I hated it.
That was the era of fucking Dale Earnhardt Jr. Or whatever, and everybody had the hats and the shirts.
And then he fucking died, and then his like son took over and shit, and fuck off. You know? And it's like,
fuck off, you fucking dead guy.
The only reason why I want to go
Good taste.
is just to see what the fucking fuss is all about. Just to experience it and be like, oh yeah, I've seen it. It sucks.
I'm sure
so I can just write it off, and that way I'm just not writing off just based on what I see on TV.
To be that close to it, like how they do. Remember they would do like the rumble cam, and they'd be like, turn up your volume, and like, loud now, and they would just say a bunch of retarded things. Turn up now, loud now.
Turn your TV up.
I tried to do a retard voice, and it turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger. But
get in the chopper.
But I bet that like seeing that in real life, being on the side of the track would be dope. Seeing like how fast the pit crews work would be cool.
It'd be cool if you're down there on like near them or like on the fucking the sideline.
Yeah, if you're on the top, you might as well be watching on TV.
Exactly. So you're gonna have to like pay. I don't know what the ticket goes for. Like I don't know the prices or whatever. But I'm pretty sure like down at the sides is not cheap.
No.
So it's like, I mean, I would just experience it one time so I can actually just write it off and be like, fuck it. I actually do. I don't like it. Fuck it. Take it off. I can be like, yeah, I've went there. I've seen the fucking race. It sucks. Fuck off.
Yeah.
And not just like, I've only seen on TV shit.
Well, these are all things that we should go do.
I'm down.
So horse races, we should go
do it.
Like we should go see a NASCAR. You know what I mean?
I'm
down to try that out.
I'm telling you, when you get to that horse track, dog, it's gonna be fucking. And we'd have to get there like when it opens, because that's like when everything fucking like they do like stupid shit like fucking bands and like ceremonies and shit. Like it's cool.
That reminds me, I want to take some time to spread some awareness. I am anti-venom. I just found out.
Anti-venom?
I am anti-venom.
So anti-venom, the black fucking suit from Spider-Man, like
not that venom. I'm talking about rattlesnake venom.
Yeah.
So you know how like
so you can't get fucked up from rattlesnakes?
No, no, I can. I definitely would probably die.
What?
But check this out. You know anti-venom?
No.
Okay, so they make this stuff where if you get bit by a rattlesnake, then you have some anti-venom.
Oh, yeah.
That you like shoot in, and then it'll like, it'll slow down the process of venom, right? So, and I found out that the anti-venom doesn't actually stop anything.
No, it just like stops it from spreading.
Well, it slows it from spreading. It'll still spread, but it just slows the process.
Yeah, blocks areas and shit.
And fucking makes it to where it'll buy you an extra hour so that you can go to the hospital and then get whatever procedure you need done, right?
Yeah. The corpsmen that we had overseas had it like in their packs and shit.
Yeah, little rattlesnake, ranny snake.
Because we're out there in the desert, so we've seen plenty of rattlesnakes, huge motherfuckers, like
big old diamondbacks and shit.
Dude, I'm talking about like 5 feet, like big motherfuckers that we would just run over. We like I see it like and like before we get out, like say I see like an IED or some shit, so I tell them to stop. And I always make sure because for snakes. And like there was one time there was a fucking snake out to the side, and I was like, yo, fucking big ass snake on the right, just fucking pull 15 feet forward to your right and run that bitch over real quick. And they fucking did, and we just got out and then did our shit.
I remember I went hunting one time on this hunting trip, and the way that it was set up, they had this Jeep that had 2 seats on the front of the Jeep.
Yeah.
They were like attached to the bumper, so we were chilling in there. We had like little footrests with little cubbies underneath us, and we were like strapped in, little seatbelts on the front of this Jeep, just all fucking
smashing.
Yeah, so we're like in the front of everything, and we all got guns and shit. We were all just teenagers, like fucking. There was adults with us and shit.
What kind of gun you have?
I had a 30-06.
That's right.
And then
At least it's a decent round.
Yeah, and then we had like a couple 22s and shit. And then I had this 45 Magnum that I shot one time, but I carried with me the whole weekend.
You just like had it slanged over like Magnum PI and shit.
It was just like chilling right there. It was dope. And then a couple like little 9mm like pistols and shit. We went to like this dude's ranch, and he was like some cowboy guy, and like the family
stockpile of guns.
Yeah, a whole stockpile of guns, and we just like went hunting and shit for the whole weekend.
Did you do the Terminator shit where you pulled the chain from the fucking and just that metal plate moved and you just walked down? It was just like Tommy guns, fucking AKs, M16s, bazookas.
God, he should have.
Fucking thumpers, like
he should have. But I remember fucking we pulled up on this rattlesnake, and we were trying to tell them that there was a snake, and they like didn't hear us, and they just kept going, and we were just kind of like creeping up. And we finally got him to stop and fucking popped that snake right in his head, and then skinned it and had the rattlesnake skin and the rattle.
One time shot, pow.
Pow. I kind of got him in the neck.
Oh, you shot him?
Yeah, I shot him. And here goes PETA again, coming to fuck. Every time I have you in here, I fucking talk about how I killed animals. Every single time. I'm like, fucking squash these wasps.
I skinned squirrels as a kid.
Fucking, that's serial killer shit. I was like, that's not good. You should not tell people that.
I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
No, but yeah, it was dope. I remember I also shot a turkey on that trip.
I've never like shot any kind of like animal. I mean, I shot a dog overseas, but like, it was just like a rabid ass dog foaming from the mouth and like fucking just in misery in the desert in 130-degree weather out in the middle of nowhere with no water for miles.
Yeah.
So I just popped it one because it was fucking skin and bones.
Yeah.
I mean, I popped a couple.
Help it out.
Yeah, but they were just fucking just done.
Yeah.
Like I did them a favor. Yeah. But, I mean, that's the only animal I've ever shot. I've never went like actual hunting for like wild boar or fucking like turkeys or like any of that shit, quail. I've always wanted to. It seems dope.
Yeah.
You know, I like hunting, but
yeah, that was another thing we got was a boar, and we did that.
You shot like a big ass boar?
I didn't. The dude that we were with did. His name was Papa Giorgio. He was like this old man that
you call him Papa Giorgio.
Yeah, but like he wasn't the dude. Like we went with the dude who my homie had worked at this ranch out by my grandma's house. My grandma's neighbor, like the dudes that I used to hang out with, is this dude JC, and he passed now, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But he used to live out there, and he was a few years older than me. He showed me like a lot of like DJ Quick, a lot of old hip hop.
Yeah.
And like turned me on to a lot of shit. And he ran away from his house and got kicked out, was on drugs, 18 or whatever. And there was this dude that lived down the street that had this big like ranch, right? With like a few horses, big barn, big piece of land. And he was like, look, you can live here, but you're going to work here. So I have work for you like sun up to sundown. You're going to work on the farm.
Just like rancher shit.
Yeah, and he's like, and I'll house you and
Johnny
I'll feed
P?
you. Huh?
Who?
It was JC.
JC. Oh.
Yeah. So he went there, lived with this dude for like a couple years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they like took him in. They were like super cool. And I remember like we went there and like we did acid in the backyard one night. We like ate a bunch of Dramamine one time and saw spiders crawling everywhere. And like I have a lot of memories at this house. So
Have you ever done rancher work?
Yeah, I used to do shit out there too. It was tough.
Yeah, that shit's rough.
It was garbage. I would go there and help so that JC could leave and we could go do stuff.
Yeah.
But it's fucking sucks.
Fucking that shit sucks, man. Like before I left to the Marines, I got a DUI, and like the recruiter went to the court, and like we got shit like pretty much squashed, and they're like $500 fee and your license taken away for 2 years. Boom, done.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. I didn't have the money, so this dude that was going into the Marines with me, like not together, like he was just already going at the same time. He fronted me the money, so he was like, yo, dog, you can pay it back by working on my ranch.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, all right. So he's like 7 days of work and you'll be paid off. I was like, cool. So fucking like I'd never been on a ranch in my life. I'm from LA. You know, so this was like my first ranch experience. So I get there and I'm like fucking not just in like fucking Nike shoes and fucking shorts and like just a regular t-shirt, not expecting anything.
You're like a mix of like Boys in the Hood and Son-in-Law.
So I get there and he's just like, what the fuck you wearing? I'm like, what, man? He's like, no. He's like, I figured this would happen. So like he pulled out, he's like, fucking pulled out some boots and pants, and she's like, go put this shit on. I was like, all right. So I put on the boots and pants, and we fucking like first we like unstacked this big fucking stack of hay onto the truck, like, and we had to like take multiple trips, but we had to like move this big ass stack of hay to all these different animals. You know?
Yeah.
Then we had to go fucking like dig fucking like put post in, and then like put fence up and wires and like fence off the like property line and shit, like for a mile, like fucking a cool mile maybe.
Yeah.
Like uphill and fucking like all sideways, diagonal down the hill. Then like fucking you go up like 100 feet, then fucking cut back down. Like it's just crazy shit, man. We're like slipping down trying to stab these posts into the ground, like fucking just sweating. Like it was just rough work.
Yeah,
man.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember out there at one point they got the riding mower fixed. So because the riding mower was broken down, and they had this like big lawnmower that was kind of like an extra wide push lawnmower,
like Forrest Gump one.
Yeah, and fucking, but it wasn't like the spinny one. It was like, you know, it had a motor and shit.
Yeah, the one he rode on.
No, it wasn't like that one.
Okay.
But they like gave it to me, and they were like, "Here, go start mow this fucking pasture." And I like used to have to mow it with the push one, and then they got the riding one fixed.
Yeah.
And it was this huge big pasture, like fucking, you know, like a few square acres.
Shit, right?
Yeah. And I would just have to go fucking all the way across, back and forth every fucking time.
That's brutal. Just like in the heat, just like pushing this fucking like just like sweat, like fucking ragging your face, just like fuck this, like just the whole time just thinking like motherfucking punk bitch.
And I remember I have this one
bitch.
I have this one memory in particular of being out there with my headphones and my Discman.
Oh, at least you had music
on
and shit.
On ESP mode, where like electronic skip protection.
Yeah,
it
had that like 5 seconds of skip protection. So like as long as you didn't bump it for more than 5 seconds, you were cool.
You're good.
You do one little bump, you stop it, you're like, all right,
just relax, everything's good.
Just calm down.
And I had that, and I was listening to. I want to say it was like the Friday soundtrack, or possibly. When did Next Friday come out? It could have been the Next Friday soundtrack. Whatever one. I was listening to.
I'm not sure.
I was listening to "Back That Ass Up" by Ice Cube.
The fuck?
And I was mowing the thing, and I remember that for some reason. I was like, this song is dope.
Just jamming it out to him, pushing along. Like, see, like I didn't have no music. It was just me and that dude, and he was kind of like a little hard ass. So as I was like just fucking like with the this like metal tube with handles on it, just like smacking these fucking stakes into the ground, just like in my head, just like you motherfucking punk bitch, like just cussing them out in my head and shit, because like we're just having to do some bullshit ass work, like just straight fucking like slave labor work, like fucked up work, just the most fucked up work he had to do because he had 7 days of free labor.
Yeah,
because he already paid off that motherfucker, and it just sucked. Day after day, going there for all day, leaving with no money, like busting your ass all fucking day long and leaving with no money.
Yep, just paying back your debt.
Fuck, man, it sucked.
So it was Next Friday because it came out in 2000. So that makes sense. It was a song "You Could Do It." Ice Cube featuring
put your back into
Mac
it.
10. Yeah,
I can do it. Put your back.
Yeah, that's the one.
I always like that shit comes on my Pandora sometimes, and no lie, I skip it just because like, not that I don't like the song, it's just because I'm not in the mood or the environment to listen to that song.
Yeah, it definitely has to be. You have to be in a field pushing a lawnmower
or
to be
in
able
a club
to hear
or some
that song.
shit. Like,
yeah, one of the two.
Either a club or like in the middle of a field. You can't be like in the car, like just bumping that shit. Like
there's no middle
blaring
ground.
out the windows. I could do it. Put your back into it. You can do it. Put your ass into it. You know, it's I can't do that shit.
It's not gonna happen. But so anyway, these people that own this ranch, they went on this hunting trip because they had a friend that had, you know, like acres and acres.
Yeah. So you
up
can
north
go
somewhere.
just like hella far. And
yeah, like it was like I want to say like 112 like square acres or something like that, and it was like this big old like farm area, and they were going on this trip and they asked if we wanted to go, and we were like, fuck yeah. So we
hella
went.
animals and shit everywhere.
We went for like a 3-day trip, and their daughter was hot, which was the thing. And she was like in and out because I want to say that she was like in college. She was way older than me, and there's no way she was going to let me hit it.
Just one of those like nighttime fantasies.
Yeah, but she came for like summer to come and stay and go on the hunting trip and shit.
Do her little tease is what she came for.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to go and get teased by this bitch. And I did, and it was horrible.
That night just smacking it.
Yeah. So we go to this place, and it was like this cabin out there. and it was super dope. Hella guns, the 2 Jeeps with the fucking seats on the truck.
That would be hella
They had
fresh.
their own gas station out there, like a big old gas tank, so you could just fill up the
Damn,
Jeeps
that's
with gas.
dope. Like anytime you want, you're just like, hold on, let me double back real quick.
Yep. So me and JC, because JC was older, so he like had his license and everything already. We would just go out all the time. We would just take guns and just go out.
Like fucking
in the Jeeps, it wasn't
some third world country shit.
Yeah, like kids have like kids have unhealthy relationships a lot. You know what I mean? Especially when there's a younger kid and an older kid. But JC was super dope. He was like a big brother. He like always looked after me, always guided me, and like I didn't have to worry about being out there with him with a gun. Like other kids would get weird, you know what I mean? They'd be like, cool, "Fuck you, man," and try to point it at you and like be a dick.
That's cool that you had that like adult figure in your life that had like some right like headed on like right mind on his shoulders and shit and try to like steer you on the right path, like right and wrong type shit.
He was dope.
It's always good to have kind of like mentor type shit.
He went to Grizzly Youth Academy.
That's right,
and he taught me how to fight.
That's right.
Yeah, and he taught me how to fight in a productive way and not in a I'm gonna kick your ass until you learn how to fight with.
And I was like that when I was a kid. I was just like sometimes I would start fights or I'd start shit. But like the older I got and like I would say closer to the military, I started to realize like that was just being an asshole type shit. And especially when after like I went to the military, like I did like my whole fucking way of thinking like just fucking reversed. I went from being like an asshole to like an actual adult.
Yeah. And he definitely instilled a lot of like the values that I have are because of this dude. And I'll tell this side story. Real quick.
I'm gonna take a little hit while you tell the story.
That's a little personal, but I remember one time I was on the run and I was on meth.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, I was like 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were working the fair, or JC was definitely working the fair. And I want to say I was going there to go try to get a job, like the first day, right? And I was staying, him and his girlfriend were fighting, and they had broken up and he had moved out. And she was there with their kids. And we were homeless, so we were staying at her house for like a week until we like figure our shit out. And we left to go down to the fair to try to talk to him about getting me a job at a booth. And I go like to the back of the fair and he comes out and he's like looking at me. And I was like, "What's up, man? Like, I'm here for the job." And he was like looking at me like all super weird. And I was like, "What's going on, dude?" And he was like, "You're fucking high." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "You're fucking high." And he was like, "Did you do drugs in my house?" And I was like, "Nah, dude." And he could tell 100% that I was high.
Yeah.
I was spun the fuck out. You know what I mean?
I'm moving like noodle grooving and shit.
Yeah. And before I knew it, fucking like my eyes just light up. And he fucking hit me. Like, I just saw it. Like, I didn't even see it coming.
It just, like, fucking...
Like out of the corner.
The cartoon, like, splashes and shit, like explosions.
Everything just goes bright, and then kind of, like, my vision fades back, and I realized that he had just fucking hit me really fucking hard.
Just side decked you.
Bam.
And
he, like, kind of grabs me and, like, pulls me in close, and he was like, "Don't ever fucking bring drugs around my daughter or in my house again." And I was just like, "All right, dude." Like, I told him to get it. And like he fucking put me in check, and I was fucking up. You know what I mean? I definitely shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Plus, his girl was like sober, and we were like putting her in a bad situation. You know what I mean?
Temptation's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
And like people don't realize that when they're high and they're out there fucking around and like doing it in people's bathrooms and shit. Like that temptation is a motherfucker, and not knowing if that other person's a fucking addict or not. And then you sneaking in the bathroom, they know what you're doing, makes them want to go in there and just take a hit and fuck off their whole thing. You know? And so, but people don't think like that. You know?
Especially when you're trying to get high.
Especially when you're like fucking balls deep in your fucking addiction and shit, you know?
So I loved him for that. You know what I mean? So
you need that every now and again. Like my uncle did that. Like, when I fucked up, he whooped my ass and then fucking picked me back up, dusted me off, and fucking kept me on, like going on the same path and shit, But
and he's like, "Now stop it."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes you need that. So sometimes you need to be stopped and like fucking slow down because you're going too fast.
Yeah,
for sure. So I mean, it's a good thing.
So we went on a time trip. Papa Giorgio was this old man. That's how this whole started. 25 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Papa Giorgio was like the dude who owned the ranch's wife's dad, who also came to visit and go on the trip. So I had never met him, and he was some sort of old, like mobster kind of dude. Like he was like definitely like a New Yorker.
Had a chain on his shit, like gold chain,
hairy, like chest and shit,
like an Adidas windbreaker type.
Like lots of bracelets. and he was super dope, Papa Giorgio.
That's
and
dope.
he took us out one night, and we went on the Jeep, and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna go out. Like, I found a spot." And we were like, "Okay, cool. What are we doing?" And he was like, "Don't worry about it. Bring shotguns." So we brought shotguns. Yeah,
fucking guns. Don't
Bring
worry
shot-
about it. Don't worry about it.
it was one of the most gangster things
Yeah.
ever. He's like, "Don't worry about it. Bring shotguns."
It's like you're in the movie fucking.
So I go upstairs and I'm like, "Hey, Papa Giorgio wants us to get shotguns and get in the Jeep.
Get the
with
fuck
him." Yeah.
outside.
So we did it. Of course. What are you gonna do?
Of course.
And so me and like JC are on the front of the Jeep.
right.
We're mobbing out in the back roads and
Yeah.
shit, about just on the property, just going through.
Just fucking smashing through the woods.
Yeah, just driving over fucking fallen branches and shit. And then we get up on like the top of this hill, and we're like overlooking everything.
Yeah.
And he like kills the engine, kills the lights, and then slowly lets the brake off and starts going down the hill.
Oh,
like,
shit.
real slow, right?
No lights on.
No lights on,
Oh,
no
shit.
nothing. Just
Oh,
creeping,
no.
creeping. It's pitch dark back there. Like we're
Are you
starting
going
to get
fast or creeping?
we're creeping,
Okay.
like really slow, and like
All right.
there's tree cover and shit, so we could kind of see shit under the stars, and then we get under the trees and we can't see shit.
Oh shit.
It's all dark, and he's like telling us to like be ready. He was like, "Be ready, be ready."
Yeah,
we like,
that's
got our
fucking, like,
shotguns
that's-
and shit.
That's fucking.
It's
It takes
crazy.
talent.
Mhm.
You know.
So he fucking hits the lights, right? Floodlights and everything on the Jeep.
Fucking just how like they catch you with the police like.
And we have our nose down, and we're on the front of the Jeep,
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
you. So we're in it, like
So
my
fucking feet pressed up, like fucking just.
my feet are like a
aimed
foot
up.
away from the ground, and we're in a fucking pig wallow. And,
Yeah.
and there's like 15 wild boar,
Oh shit.
all hairy and shit. They're all rolling around in the mud. And he had found it earlier that day. Like,
Yeah,
found
yeah.
the mud, saw the shit, knew that they were going to be there that night.
So he's like a natural hunter.
Yeah.
You know? All
And
right.
fucking, and so he hits the lights and fucking just starts shooting. And we like all are like, like all shooting all randomly. We didn't hit anything. Like they
Like
were
the
right in
fucking
front of us.
RoboCop movie.
Yeah. They were right in front of us. Fucking didn't hit shit.
You didn't hit nothing.
I remember I shot like into the ground,
Oh.
like way too close.
Just too excited. Just
Yeah,
fucking.
because it all happened so quick.
Yeah,
he didn't
yeah,
tell
yeah,
us. He was
yeah.
like, he was trying to surprise us
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And then
But
of
you're
course,
just so excited, just like fucking, just shooting wherever you could, like.
and then they all like scatter off, and then Papa Giorgio, like a gangster, fucking waits for the last one that's running away and fucking picks it off.
Bow.
Bam! And then we ate fucking boar that night.
That's right.
It was crazy.
Hey, but at least you ate that motherfucker.
Shot that turkey in the neck with a 30-06, and then we cooked that and ate that.
Was it good?
It was really rough.
Rough?
The game. It was real gamey.
Yeah, yeah.
The wild turkey.
You know, it's really about how you kill them.
But that's how it is, and it was my first
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. But like I heard, like if you kill an animal like in a like soft manner, where so they're not all tensed up,
or if they
the
die
meat-
instantly.
Yeah, the meat will be like a lot tender if they're like tensed up and then you kill them because they're tensed up and then they're dead, like, and then they're just staying like that, you know.
Yeah,
so I
that
guess
makes sense.
the meat would be a little tougher.
It would make sense, like if
Yeah.
they're like all like
Yeah,
because
like,
you think about it, if someone dies holding something,
So
and
like
then
you
they
shoot
gotta
them in
like
the
pry
stomach
their
and they're not
fucking
really
hands
dead.
open.
Yeah, no, if you shoot them in the stomach, they're not really dead. And you have to put another one in them. Like the meat's gonna be a little tougher than if it was just like a one shot with one
Yeah.
fucking.
Animal lovers are gonna love this episode. We've been talking about killing animals for a while now, but
It's for survival though.
Yeah, these
not
are-
just for like for fun. It's like you ate them like and lived off them.
yeah, we definitely
you
didn't
didn't just kill them and walk away laughing and
exactly.
shit.
We definitely ate them. We used them. We didn't overkill.
Yeah,
There
you wasn't just
wasn't,
going
like-
to shoot 20 fucking pigs and fucking just
Yeah. And be like, look at all this meat.
Yeah.
Like it was a hunting trip. We did it.
Yeah.
And
that's
there's
the way
definitely
to fucking do it though.
there's definitely a healthy balance in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's the way to do it though, like to get that real fucking like manly experience, you know. You have to have someone like that just fucking like go on some crazy ass experience like that to like fucking really just like, you know, open you up to shit like to how life really is.
Yeah. It's
know?
dope, man.
Because you can just fucking knock things out in a minute. Boom, pow.
Boom pow. So yeah, we're going to the horse track. I say we plan that. And then I say we also plan a hunting trip soon. Cause that
I'm
sounds
down.
fun.
I've never been hunting except for overseas.
Yeah, so I think it'd be dope to go do a hunting trip, go
I'm
shoot,
down. I definitely
go
want to go
shoot
shoot
an
some
elk or some shit.
I want to get some wild boar and we can take it to a slaughterhouse and get some like sausage and fucking all kinds of shit, you know?
And freeze all that shit. It's good forever.
Yeah.
Bada boom.
Down.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for joining me, Chris.
All day, man.
We love you guys.
Word.
Peace.
Natural Habitat Recordings.
Woohoo.